hiding.
Yes, you're hiding in the darkness. Welcome back, you guys.
Waterbox on Thursday.
Yes.
It's always a good thing.
We're jumping back into the Reef LX. If you guys haven't already, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and make sure to hit those notifications because that's how you know when we're going live.
Yep, and our Instagram just showed up there, so make sure to follow us, get some behind the scenes stuff going on.
Yeah. And
we have some protein skimming and media reactors to talk about today, which are very important for your aquarium, you know, for water quality and all that. So we're going to kind of walk you through how to pick why we use them, and all of that good stuff. So drop some knowledges on some filtration.
Yeah, and make sure you guys interact with us in the comments. Post your questions about the Reef LX, post your questions about the skimmers, etc. Our guys back here, that's how they're going to pick the winners of the $100 gift card and some swag today from Living Reef.
Yep, so we got the $100 gift card that we do every Thursday episode. You got to be watching live, and then we'll be giving away one Living Reef t-shirt today as well. But there's more giveaways going along with it too.
Yes, so if you guys are new to this series, we are giving away a Reef LX 190.4 at the end of the program, which is roughly 32 weeks. Yep. Give or take. So you're going to head over to waterboxaquariums.com/huge. You're going to fill out some information. That's going to give you one entry. Then you can get more entries by following us on Instagram, subscribing to us on YouTube, checking out Living Reef's website, etc., etc. And we're going to give you a bonus word during every single episode. So if you tune in or watch after, you're going to get that bonus entry code, which gives you 10 extra entries. Yep,
so you definitely want to be watching, and there's lots of ways to get those entries, and just keep racking them up. Watch every show so you can get the bonus code words.
Yep.
And we also, from Living Reef, have a special coupon code just for those that are following along with this series. So 10% off all livestock. They ship corals and inverts, or you can go to their store, and you can use code WBLX320 at checkout and save 10%. So they're awesome. They're the one who are, you know, doing the fish and corals and stuff for the LX, and they're passing along a nice code for you guys.
I also want to let you guys know, when you're on that entry system for the giveaway, if you click over to Living Reef's website, from there you get an extra entry there too.
Nice.
So if you're going to go use that code, definitely take advantage of that.
You can follow along with, as we start adding corals and stuff, what's being added. They'll have that kind of listed as a Waterbox coral, so you can see what's being added. You can get it yourself. So that's always fun to follow along, and you can see, oh, that's a pretty piece. Go get it for yourself.
Love it.
Yes. So we're going to talk about protein skimmers.
We are.
Yep.
This system has a very large one in it.
It does. It's huge. So Protein Skimmer removes waste. It's very important to keeping good water quality. So you definitely want to make sure that you get one properly sized and know how it works and stuff like that. So we got a little video for you on that. The Protein Skimmer removes waste product, helping to keep your water quality within healthy levels. When choosing a protein skimmer, base your selection on high bioload and full system volume. So how does the protein skimmer work? As the pump pulls water in from the sump, it also draws air through the air intake with silencer, where the specialized impeller creates microbubbles from the air. With the use of a bubble plate, a dense mix of microbubbles and water is created in the body of the skimmer. The organic waste from your aquarium attaches to the microbubbles, creating a foam that flows into the collection cup. The collection cup is then cleaned of the skimmer waste as needed. When you set up a skimmer, you'll go through a break-in period, which can last a few days up to 2 weeks. During this time, slowly adjust the water level in the protein skimmer until you reach a steady foam production. Adjusting the water level in your skimmer is done with a water adjustment knob. Turning towards the open position will lower the water level. Turning to the closed position will raise it. Our choice in protein skimmers is the Nyos Quantum, which has 4 models available for aquariums up to 1,000 gallons. We are using the Nyos Quantum 300 on the Reef LX 320.7. And there you have it. Protein skimming.
That's simple.
It is kind of just a poop collector.
Yeah.
Honestly.
It really is.
I mean, it's just the toned down version right there. And when you change one, you can definitely tell by smell that that is exactly what it is removing.
Yeah. If you guys have ever been on the beach and you see that really frothy foam and your kids are running around in it, it's the same stuff that you're pulling out in that skimmer.
It is. Yeah. So that's your nature's protein skimming. Is the waves crashing, mix air and waste, and it accumulates on the beach. So
You're
think about that
people
next time.
Putting it in their hair, you're like, oh, hell, dude, don't do that.
That is awesome. So protein skimmers, honestly, if you don't have one, you're going to have a lot harder time keeping your nitrates and phosphates down.
Yeah.
You're going to have more algae. Whenever, you see, like, once you have one, you see what this protein skimmer is collecting. You get, like, inches of just this brown sludge that go in there.
Too.
It's so disgusting. But that's being waste and stuff being removed from your system. And if it's not being removed from the protein skimmer, it's just breaking down into the nitrate and waste product. So it's one of those things that I consider not optional for a saltwater aquarium, even though technically you can run one without it, but it's a must.
Yeah,
it's absolutely a must.
Yeah, for sure. And I always say put as much budget towards it as you can.
Yeah.
That's why we like the Nyos. They're really reliable. They're not inexpensive, but also, again, put a lot of budget towards it because it's really crucial to keep your nutrients in check.
Yeah, the Nyos I found, because I've used a lot of different brands, is that they're easy to dial in. They break in pretty quickly. They are very quiet. This is a 2-pump, large skimmer. It's not very loud, but it dials in nicely, and it definitely collects a lot of poop.
Yeah.
So another part of like filtration and stuff is media reactors.
Yeah.
They're not a must, but definitely recommend them. There's a lot of benefits to having a media reactor in your system.
Yeah, especially in a system this large where you're feeding a lot. There's just a lot of, impurities and, nutrients that build up over time.
Yeah, absolutely. So we got a quick video for that as well.
Using carbon and phosphate removers will improve your water quality. They will help reduce organics, discoloration, and impurities. We recommend using a media reactor, which forces water through the media, therefore increasing its effectiveness. We don't typically recommend using a media bag in your sump, as most water will bypass it, rendering it ineffective. The Nyos Torque has many features that make it our top choice for a media reactor. The Torque is available in 3 sizes, which can easily be swapped out. It's also extremely easy to adjust the flow rates depending on the type of media being used. We've decided to use the Nyos Torque 2.0 on the Reef LX 320.7, using both carbon and phosphate medias.
There you go.
There we go.
There was no countdown to the end of that.
No, there wasn't.
Guys.
Sorry.
I was listening in. It's all right.
Usually Keenan gives us a few seconds notice.
That was a nice video. I'm assuming we'll probably drop those videos as well separately.
Together since they're so short.
Yeah, put them together and drop them for that.
Yeah, so if you guys want to check those out later, we'll post them to YouTube. But there you have it. That's Media Reactor. And you like to tell them a little bit about how you like to stack the media.
So if you're going to do where you're using multiple medias, and you can do that in the ones that have the divider, or you can kind of stack them in a taller one that doesn't have it. Ideally, you want the divider, but I always do carbon at the bottom because that's where it's going to have the most direct kind of tumbling flow. And then on the top would be my phosphate media, so that it doesn't get tumbled as much. Like if you tumble in phosphate media, it's not going to work as well. A lot of times it's going to break itself down too much. So I always do carbon and then phosphate media. Try to always use loose media and not in a bag in the reactor, because in a bag it's going to clog it up quite a bit. So use loose media where you can. And it just really improves the reactivity of the water to the media. If you do it in a filter sock or just a bag sitting in there, a huge amount of the water is bypassing and it's not really pushing through. This way you actually know that you're getting water 24/7 going through it. And with carbon phosphate media, it's doing so much for organics and nutrients and phosphates that's really important for your tank to keep it clean.
Yeah, one of the cool things, so I've used a lot of different reactors in my day. Some of them have the thumb screws, and
those
are really hard to do maintenance on. Yeah, so what I love about the Nyos is there's 3 different tube sizes, but there's one base. The pump is in the base.
Yeah.
So what's really cool is all of those sizes, the 0.75, the 1 or the 2 liter, all fit onto that base. So if you want to, say you're using the 1 liter, you could buy 2 of those, so you could easily load up the second chamber with media.
Alrighty.
Take that one off, load the other one, and then you can just then go clean the...
It is. It's a nice way to function out. Or if hey, I just want to run carbon, you can use a smaller one.
Yeah.
But if you're okay, I need to run carbon and phosphate now, you can switch to a bigger one. It's just very interchangeable and easy to adjust and take apart and clean, which is a bonus. There's some out there that you've got to you said those little thumb screw things. those are so hard to get off, or just like the way to get media and stuff out is difficult. So
yeah, it just takes the maintenance on those was never very much fun for me.
Yeah, no.
This makes it quite a bit easier.
Yep. So
I like the hot swap thing where it's like you take the dirty one out, you put the new one in.
It doesn't get any easier
and then you can go
than
clean
that.
the other one.
Deal with that
on.
as you go. You're not trying to take it out in all the wet media and
Yeah.
deal with that. So I'm a big fan of those.
Yeah.
And I think we got questions coming. All right, Mac says, is there room in the sump for 2 of the Nyos 2.0 Media Reactors along with the Nyos 300 Protein Skimmer? I can go look. I think
you should go look.
I think there is. And we're also using the Refugium plate. Yeah, you could put 2 in there.
I mean, if you take the Refugium plate out, I think you could
even with the Refugium plate in.
Yeah.
So even with the Refugium plate in, it does look like 2 would fit. It's going to be kind of a tight fit, but it would work. And we do have the Refugium plate in there. If you took that out there, you gain a lot of extra sump space as well.
Yeah.
Look at that. You had just like got checked at the moment.
Real-time question answer.
Yes.
William says, what does opening versus closing the valve do for the skimming function? Is it better opened or closed?
Well, like we said in the video, whenever you need to be able to adjust the water level in the protein skimmer in order to adjust how it's foaming. So if you need to raise the level in your protein skimmer, it's too low, the foam's not making it into the cup, then you want to close that water level valve. And what that does is it kind of puts more pressure and causes the water to go up. Now, if it's coming over into the cup and it's like way too watery, not very foamy, you want to bring that level down in the protein skimmer, you would turn it open. Just do a few little turns, give it like 10, 15 minutes, double check, and then kind of adjust it from there.
So during the break-in period, you typically just keep it wide open?
So yeah, whenever I plug in a skimmer for the very first time, I go all the way to open, because sometimes a skimmer goes and loses its mind when you plug it in, and just like even all the way in open is just like flowing all over. And then as it starts to calm down, just close until you get it to where it's producing the right foam. And you want like a thick foam coming over into the cup.
Yeah.
Weezy says, what's the difference from wet and dry skimming? Wet skimming is like, it's a very loose kind of watery foam that comes over. As it collects in the cup, it's not very dark and it's mostly kind of watery. And then if it is a dry skimming, you have thick, dirty foam. And whenever it starts collecting, it'll eventually kind of break down to some liquid, but it's dark. And whenever you change it, yeah. I mean, you're basically condensed poop versus watery.
It's rancid. There's no doubt about that. This guy read my mind because I was literally just about to bring that up.
Yeah, I think dry skimming, you know, as long as it's not too dry, is a better way to go, because it's just gonna, if you do wet skimming, your collection cup's gonna fill a lot faster. You're taking salt water out that you don't need to, and you're not really getting as much waste come out.
Yeah.
We should have a smell skimmer, smell the skimmate challenge or something.
Oh my God, it's brutal.
Yeah, it's
sometimes gross. if it's rank enough and you, like at the corporate office, like someone would clean the skimmer, the whole office would smell it.
I know, I feel bad every time I clean a skimmer, because I'm like, someone's gonna complain that it stinks, but you can't make it not smell. If you have an outside hose, I do suggest using it out there.
You know what my wife really used to love is when I would empty it into the bathtub.
You did what?
Yeah, she loved it.
Yeah.
It was great.
Yeah, you should be dead. No.
Chris says, yeah, it's terrible. I obviously clean it out, but Chris says, is crystal clear water really important? I have heard that some corals thrive on dirty water.
Crystal clear water and dirty water are different things. Crystal clear would be the opposite of cloudy, and that is, crystal clear water is better for light penetration, also for your own viewing. But you will have cloudy spells. Like right now, the LX, we have a little bit of a cloudy spell because it's going through beneficial bacteria blooms, which will make it a little bit cloudy as the bacteria is just kind of growing. Dirty water, some corals thrive on dirty water, that's nutrients. So that is like your soft corals, zoanthids, and
like
star polyps.
The dirtiness you don't see.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
That means nutrient-heavy corals, pretty much.
Yeah, don't dump like mud in your tank or something.
Yeah, and you don't want your water to look dirty, because then you're like really have problems.
Yeah, that's probably what it means.
Corals thrive on dirty water means they like nutrients.
Yeah. That's why you said, quote, dirty, probably.
Yes. William, it says, is it better to have a passive or pump-driven reactor? Every reactor would have to be pump.
The only thing I'm thinking is if he's talking about passive, like if you're running like maybe your overflow to some sort of inlet or something. But pump, you can control it independently.
You need something forcing water, a certain amount of water every single day through your media, and not something that's going to allow water just to bypass it.
Yeah.
We got some good questions.
Yeah, Paul says, how do you know when to replace the media?
Okay, carbon is roughly every 30 days. Is just a good rule of thumb. Change it out. If you have any issues in your aquarium, then you can change it more frequently as needed, but for just general maintenance, don't do it more than every 30 days. Phosphate will be whenever your phosphates are no longer decreased, but they're now increasing. So the phosphate media should keep them low, and if you see an increase in your phosphate levels, then it's time to replace your media.
Is there any, I guess there's no real rule of thumb, you really just got to keep an eye on your phosphate
For
level.
phosphates, you can't, because it depends on how much media you put in, how high phosphates you had, how much it's taken out on a daily basis by your feeding, stuff like that. So that one is something you actually have to test and judge for. Hannah says, do you need a skimmer before fish? If not, when should you get one? Technically, no, not before fish, but when you get fish, or soon after. Yeah. Especially before corals.
Yeah.
Yep. Nice questions.
Cool.
That
Great questions,
good.
guys. Yeah.
All right. I think we have a bonus word for those of you that are watching. All
10 extra entries for this bonus word. Protein Skimmer.
That's fitting.
I would have never guessed that.
Get that entered in on the giveaway page for your extra entries to the LX giveaway. That was such a good fitting word.
It was. Head over to waterboxaquariums.com/huge. Enter that in, and you get those 10 extra entries.
Awesome. Love it. So we did actually, because last week we showed all the fish that came in from Living Reef. We put our first kind of bigger batch in, and we also got a few new fish from them this past week, and we're going to show you those guys.
Just the firefish, right?
Yeah.
That's the tank live, right?
That's the tank live. Yep. So we
got some new fish.
We did. Just a few more in there. Firefish.
I love these guys.
Yeah. So they may be shy when they're introduced and hide a bit, but they will start to come out. You add them in groups if you put them at the same time, and they are jumpers. So make sure you have a lid. They don't get very big, so you can have them in 20 gallons or larger. Yeah. But they're really friendly, and they're cool because they just kind of hang in their little group of friends and do their own thing. But it's a nice shape and color.
I always wonder why like certain fish are jumpers. Like these are notorious jumpers. Like
I don't know why, because they're small and like they don't hang at the surface. I'm like, why are you jumping? Like, why?
Like, man, that carpet looks comfy.
Yeah, so these are the pink firefish. There's also purple. There's Hell Freaky. There's a couple of cool ones for variety. These are the most common, but I love the pink and red color because it's a hard color to get in fish.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's like a gradient from like white to like a dark red.
Yep, and then we have a group of 5 of them in there. 2 of them kind of go off on their own sometimes. The other 3 do their things, and they come back together. They're just kind of, they stay to this one side of the aquarium, and that's what they always do. So we wanted a kind of different schooling type of fish to go in there. So that was our latest addition for the fish.
Love it. It's really, really bright, colorful fish in there. I like it a lot.
I know. No, the tank's doing really good. All the fish are super happy and getting along. Really happy about that. As you see when we go live to it, it is a little bit cloudy right now. It's normal. So what happens as you start to add more livestock into a newer aquarium is the tank, even though it's cycled, will work to like meet up with more bacteria. Yeah. And that kind of look at that cloudiness. It'll usually stay for a few days and kind of clears up. It's your good bacteria blooming. Not to worry, as long as you're testing your water and your ammonia nitrite is in check, don't worry about it. It will resolve on its own. You can see all the pretty fish. And they're hungry, so they're going to be up in the camera's way. So what we actually have done is started moving some corals over that were in the Dream Build to 20.6, getting them in here as kind of like our beginner set of corals. A lot of them are just the softies and LPS, stuff that's already very acclimated to the aquariums. check in on those things. So I started putting them in there. Everything is really, really happy. You can see we got some bright star polyps.
This tank's going to be awesome.
I know.
When this thing hits about 2 years, it is going to be stunning.
Yep. So you already see, I got some, war corals in there. Nice green leather. There's a torch and a hammer, or a torch and a torch, I think. Lobo. So this is all coral that was in the Dream Build 220 that recently got converted to a fish only. We moved a lot of that coral into our 6-foot frag here, and I took some of it and moved it over into here this week just to make sure everything's good and kind of get the tank more stabilized for coral. You see the fish are following you because they really want to eat some more food today. They got their veggies, but they haven't eaten their actual dinner yet. So it's coming around. We've got a nice group of fish in there. Now we've got some coral starting in there. I love the size of it.
It's awesome.
It is really,
I can't ever help but look at it. Like the Reef LX, if you guys don't know, is 30 inches deep, whereas most of our systems are between 20 and 24.
Yeah.
It's a big one of these big tanks. It makes a lot of difference because
it does.
Aquascaping.
Yeah, aquascaping was a lot easier. There's space around every rock for a lot of swimming, so the fish are super happy. They have a lot of territories. They don't have to fight over areas that much because there's a lot of open caves and places for them to go. And then just once the corals start to grow in, I can't wait.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
If you're looking to get into Reef LX, now's the time. The time of availability is slimming down a little bit. We do have them arriving frequently. I'm sure there's probably even a number of models in stock.
There are a couple of the LX models in stock, and then
don't quote me on that. You got to check the website for that. But they are arriving in other markets, in the UK, in the EU, eventually Canada.
And everyone is loving it. You can even see on our Facebook user group, check it out. You'll see lots of posts of some new LX that are being set up. But also just all of our aquariums and people. There's a lot of inspiration there. Beautiful aquariums, a lot of different ways to set up everything. So definitely join Waterbox official user group on Facebook.
So if you're a Waterboxer in Australia, the Reef LX is on its way there.
Ooh,
May
nice.
already be there. If you're anywhere in the Middle East, it's coming to Dubai right now.
LX is going worldwide.
LX is arriving worldwide, so it's pretty cool.
That
So
is
if you're in the market for an LX, just about anywhere you can get one.
So. Yeah, we love ours.
Yeah,
love it.
It's awesome.
You're gonna see this one continue to grow. All right, we have some shirt. I have a shirt.
A shirt? Just one shirt today?
One shirt.
Okay.
Yep.
There's 2 shirts on
Those are 2 different colors. And the winner is totally got sidetracked.
Chris, congratulations. Email winners@waterboxaquariums.com. They'll get you hooked up.
There's 2 different colors. I want to showcase the 2 colors.
Okay. All right.
Congratulations,
Shows
Chris.
how much I know.
You got your shirt. I like them. It's a little swordfish thing in the, like a sailfish swordfish in the logo.
Yeah,
cool.
I've never really noticed that.
I don't know if you can see it very well. Oh, do you have the graphic? So you can see. Anyway, just they support Living Reef. Check them out for sure. See?
There you go.
See the little sword fin thingy?
Some type of fish.
Sword fin thingy.
It's very technical. My bad.
You know, Anne's like, that's not what it is.
Sorry,
Stop
Anne. I'm going to text you after this and find out for sure. Did we have any more questions, Keenan? No?
I do want to say that our HQ, our Waterbox headquarters, is located here in Central Florida. So we like to work with some of our local retail stores. Living Reef's just down the road. So
we're extremely lucky in our placement.
Yeah, if you guys, they are local to us, but they ship their corals nationwide. So definitely check them out.
Corals
and a lot of nice stuff.
So no questions?
Nope.
No? Okay.
Gift card.
Gift card. All right. So we have the winner of the gift card. Are we ready for this?
I think so.
All right. The winner is
Firefish.
Firefish. Congratulations. Woo!
Firefish. Which kind of water box do you want? What kind of T-shirt do you want?
Oh man. Congratulations, guys. I don't have to split it 5 ways.
It's always so stressful back there when they do that, but I enjoy it because I'm like, you know.
I know. Each of those firefish gets $20 to spend. Yeah. There's 5 of them.
Ready.
Ready, and the winner is card.
Drum roll.
Oh, let's see.
Tim Perry.
Congratulations. Sorry, Firefish, wasn't your day. Email winners at waterboxaquariums.com and they will get you all set up with your gift card.
Beautiful.
Yes. Well, that was good. It has humor. It does.
It does. Sometimes it's funny.
Real life
it actually
humor.
was kind of fitting. We just wanted the Firefish to win.
So next week, we actually have our first round of coral coming from Living Reef. So they're going to pick out some nice stuff. If you'll get to see a glimpse into their farm as well. They have so much beautiful coral, so they're going to be sending some of it our way for our first edition of their stuff into the LX. So that is exciting. Everyone loves to see coral arriving and going into an aquarium. So I'm excited to see what they're sending us.
Cool.
Yeah.
If you guys haven't already, smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Hit those notifications. Jess says it is a requirement.
It is. It just is.
So,
you won't win anything if you don't do it.
Yeah.
That's all there is to it. So.
It's the Waterbox currency.
It is. All right.
All right. It's going off the rails, Keenan. Should we end it?
Whenever you're ready.
Thank you guys so much for being here. We will see you next Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern.
See ya.
Thank you all for watching. Make sure you smash that like button, subscribe to our channel, turn on those notifications, and for more information on this series, visit waterboxaquariums.com/huge.
Tune in live every Thursday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to learn about how you can get more entries to our Reef LX 190.4 giveaway.
Plus, we're giving away $100 gift cards every episode, but you have to be with us here live to win.
Thanks for watching.
See you next week.